Sorry. Getting Lucky. Used to watch this movie and hopefully people remember this out there. USA Up All Night. They used to play this movie. Had no idea Troma released it until like a year or two ago. And I was like, fuck yeah, Troma and this movie. This movie is funny. It is cheap. But it's a hilarious sex comedy. And it's funny. I think it's really funny. And I just have fond memories from watching it as a kid. So some people probably will watch it and say, this movie's shit. But you just had to grow up in them times when USA Up All Night ruled the TV station. Now USA is nothing but a pile of shit. But this movie's funny. I know I've said a lot of positive things, but I'm getting just a few stinkers, including in this set. This is a Troma Triple B header set. There's 3 movies. Blades, Bloodhook, and Zombie Island Massacre. Blades, I loved. It's a rip-off of Jaws, but set in a golf course with a killer lawnmower. Fucking hilarious. If you love Jaws, I think you would even like this even more. Bloodhook is okay. I need to watch it again, because I kind of was in and out when I was watching it. Zombie Island Massacre, on the other hand, is a pile of shit. There's hardly any zombies. There's an island, but there's hardly any massacre. It's a very misleading title. The movie's just fucking boring. Avoid this movie. You can get all 3 of these movies now, individually. Troma's doing that burn-on-demand thing a lot of companies doing, and they release all 3 of these movies separate. I might even trade this up one day just to get Blades, because Blades is the only one I really, really want. Although Bloodhook, I'm going to have to watch it again, but Blades is fucking awesome. Bloodhook, okay. Zombie Island Massacre, shit. Now here's one that's really popular title, and I don't get why Troma, before I talk about the movie, Troma sold a lot of their titles to another company, and they released them on like multi-packs and all that, and they're probably the movies that like Troma didn't really give a shit about, and I don't understand why they did it this one. Dead Dudes in a House. I think this one is a Troma classic, and for some reason Troma doesn't give it the respect it deserves. It truly deserves to have a special edition title along with some of the other popular ones like Combat Shock and Redneck Zombies. I think this one deserves a special edition, but they sold it off to another company. This is the DVD-R release. This is the burn-on-demand one you can get on Amazon, because it's either that or get it in a multi-pack. I just didn't give a shit about the 2 other films in the set. I honestly think this deserves its own special edition. I think Lloyd even mentioned it as one of the most popular titles. He might have mentioned it. And it says, and it also includes Tromantic extras. It has no fucking extras. Not even the original DVD and the multi-pack had extras. See, this deserves more attention from Troma, and I'll maybe email them and tell them to a petition or whatever and have people sign it. Dead Dudes in the House deserves a Tromaster Beast DVD, which for some reason they stopped doing. Dead Dudes in the House, fucking loved it. Entertaining. This one's one of their newer ones. I think it came out last year, maybe 2010. It's one of their newer DVDs. Blood Junkie. A couple people on Bloody Disgusting recommended it. Said it looks and feels like a lost 80s slasher movie, and they're not fucking kidding. This movie looks like a lost 80s slasher movie. I think if you were to show this to somebody that didn't know it was a newer movie, they would think it was from the 80s. It has that look and feel to it. And it feels, and even, it feels like a 80s slasher movie. You got the nudity, you got the cheesy music, you got the gory deaths. This movie is really, it was made for $4,000 by some guy. Drew Roses? Probably saying his name wrong. I apologize if I am. It's really entertaining. The killing doesn't start till like the final 25 minutes, which might seem a problem, but the movie's only 70 minutes without credits. It's a short movie, but it's funny, and when the gore does and the killing starts, it's really entertaining. It's just a really entertaining movie, and I recommend picking this one up. Blind buy it. Just blind buy it. If you don't like it, you can always sell it. There's somebody who will want to buy it. Blood Junkie. One of the newer titles, and in my opinion, has become a new Troma classic. Now this one is a popular title on their site, and I found that people are either they like it or hate it. Big Troma fans, and that Surf Nazis Must Die. This is one that I thought they would release as a Troma Masterpiece edition. They only did 6 movies in their Troma Masterpiece collection, and after the 6th one, they just stopped doing them. And I always suspected this one and another one that I'll talk about later would become a Troma Masterpiece, but for some reason they never re-released it. This movie I do like. I think the trailer is better. The trailer of this is one of their best. When I showed the trailer of this, the people are like, "Oh my god, that movie looks cool." The movie's not as cool as the trailer, but I think the movie's intriguing. I think once the grandmother, goes after the surf Nazis after they kill her nephew or her grandson, that's when the movie starts to kick ass, because she's packing heat and she's gonna kill these motherfuckers. It's entertaining, not as entertaining as it could be, but if you're a big Troma fan and haven't seen it, just see it. And if you like it, you like it. If you hate it, no big deal. There's plenty of other good Troma movies, but surf Nazis must die. Now these are not in any order. I'm randomly picking these, so a lot of sequels be order, but one I just bought not too long ago is Class of Nuke 'Em High Part 2, or Class of Nuke 'Em High 2: Some Humanoid Meltdown. I do not like this one. I do not like the third movie either, and I don't have the third movie because the only way to get it is in a box set, and if some people are selling it outside the box set, are asking for too much money for it. I don't like it at all. I think the first one is a Troma classic. It's one of Troma's best movies. This one, I think, stinks. Lloyd Kaufman or Michael Hers did not direct it. They produced it. They funded it, and they filmed it in LA instead of New York, which Troma, I don't know, for some reason they filmed this in a complete other state. It feels different. It's not funny. All the jokes suck. There's nudity, of course. There's not really that much gore. There's only one thing I really like about the movie, is that, you see him right here, I'm pointing at him. Troma, the nuclear squirrel. He appears at the beginning and end of the movie, and he's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. But the rest of the movie is just not as good. I think it stinks, and I don't like it. I remember 3 being worse. I would like to see them do a number 4 and make it like Sis and Toxie, like return the series to its roots. But did not like this one. Chopper Chicks in Zombie Town. Now, this is actually a rare Troma movie because it's out of print now, and it goes for a bit of money on Amazon. And you can see right here, I just got this a few days ago for $7 at a pawn shop. I scored big, yes, but the movie sucks. Now, when you hear the title and you see Billy Bob's, he's in the movie for a little bit, but they're selling the fact that he's in the movie. When you see the title, Chopper Chicks Zombie Town, that sounds like a fucking awesome time. It sounds like an awesome exploitation movie. Sadly, it doesn't have any of the elements that make an exploitation movie usually entertaining. There's a little bit of sex, but no nudity. Hardly any gore. The zombie makeup is pretty much non-existent. There's a few zombies that are made up, but most of them are just normal-looking people in dirty clothes. And it takes about a good 48 minutes for anything good to happen. I was just bored by the whole thing. If a movie was actually lived up to its title. Now this one hurts the most because it had so much potential, and it just sucks. I'm actually glad it's out of print because I don't think some people want to pay the prices for it. If you see it really, really cheap at a pawn shop, just grab it, mostly just because you can sell it for a bit of money. But just ignore it, pretend it doesn't exist, because it's actually one of the worst movies. It's just boring. And the reason I hate it so much is because it did have a lot of potential. It had a great title. It actually looks good. It doesn't look really cheap, but they fucked it up. They really fucked it up. Now this is just a trailer collection, so it's no big deal. I just got it just to have it. Monster in the Closet. I used to watch this when I was a kid. It's rated PG. Yes, a Troma PG movie. It's actually pretty entertaining. I think the monster is actually kind of cool. The makeup done for it's pretty cool. And Kevin Peter Hall, who played the Predator, played the monster in the closet. It's actually pretty funny. It kind of plays on the King Kong thing at the end. Instead of grabbing the woman, it grabs the man and all that. It's actually pretty funny. Paul Walker from the Fast and the Furious plays the main little kid in this. Fergie from the Black Eyed Peas is one of the victims in the beginning, and John Carradine's in it. It's pretty entertaining, and the kids can watch it. You know, and you can say, "I got a Troma movie for the kids." That's rare. That's rare. Except for the Toxic Crusaders and maybe one other thing, Monster in the Closet. Not bad.